Hey guys, welcome along to my channel. My name's Jenny Marie and welcome to Yoga for Hips. So today's practice is a slow flow Hatha style of yoga, and we're going to focus on hip opening poses to help release tension from the hips and the lower back. Suitable for all levels of flexibility, so take the one that's right for you today. So we're going to start over into child's pose. So into a wide knee child's pose towards the bottom of the mat. So start with the knees just wider than the hips, big toes touching. Roll the shoulders back. And we're going to take a little walk forwards of the fingertips, resting the forehead down onto the mat. Let's take some deep breaths. So in and out through the nose only. Breathing deep down into the belly. And inviting you today to focus on the present moment during our practice, and that will help release tension from the body through the hips. So tailbone down towards the heels. Reach out through the fingertips. Let's take 3 more breaths here. So after our warm-up's completed, we're going to be holding every pose for 8 to 10 breaths to get that really deep release through the hips. So slowly coming up onto hands and knees. So hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. Extending the right foot back, lift heel in line with hip, and then slowly taking the foot out so the heel is in line with the hip. So we've got a straight leg and we're pressing down to the inside of that foot. So we feel that lovely stretch through the inner thigh and the hip. Take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. For a deeper stretch, just bring the weight back a little more into the legs. Done, and lifting the leg back up, and then slowly take it back around and change the leg. So lift, extend, and then lightly land down. Breathing into the hips, aiming to use full capacity of the lungs when we breathe. That will help release tension from the hips. Done. Lifting the foot back up, float it back around, and then dropping back down. So spreading out the fingertips, even out the weight between the arms and the legs. Tuck the toes. Let's slowly lift to down facing dog. Taking a little walk of the heels down and up. So if your hamstrings are feeling a little bit tight today, bend your knees more or take your feet wider than your hips. Make sure you're looking back towards the knees so you're getting that lovely release through the neck as well. So tailbone nice and high. Holding still, take a deep breath in, lift the heels so you're on your tiptoes, and then exhale slowly, lowering down. Taking 2 more, inhale, lift, and exhale to land down. 1 more, inhale, and exhale, well done. Bending the knees, taking the right foot to the outside of the right hand, dropping down onto the back knee into a lunge. So checking here, we have a straight line from the knee to the ankle. Make sure the back knee is back a long way so you've got space for your hips to drop down. Let's take some deep breaths into the hips. So pressing the chest forwards, eyes are slightly forward of the mat. Feeling that lovely stretch through the top of that left hip. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Tucking the back toe under, exhale back into down dog, or you can take child's pose if that's better for you. 3 breaths here. Bending the knees, left foot to outside of left hand, back knee drops down. again, lifting up through the chest. Make sure you've got that space there so you can allow your hips to drop down. So stretching out through the hips helps release tension through the lower back, through the hips. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Tuck the toes, exhaling back into down dog. Advanced option, right foot lifting to 3-leg dog, and then bend the knee to open the hip. Take a few little circles around. So 3 circles in one direction, and then change direction. So keep looking back towards that leg, and then releasing down. Same option, left side. Inhale, lift the leg, bend the knee, take some little circles around. Other direction. Having to open up through the hip. Landing that back foot down. 3 breaths in, down dog. Keeping the tailbone nice and high. Inhale, exhale. Bending the knees, right foot outside, right hand. Option to stay on the toes or drop to the knees. 3 breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. Exhaling back to down dog. Left side, bend the knee. Both knees, left foot outside, left hand. Pressing into that back heel. You might feel the stretch through the back thigh as well here. Well done. Exhaling back to down dog. So I'm going to take right foot this time, outside right hand. Just 1 breath in and out. Exhale back to down dog. Left side, bend knees. 1 breath in and out. Exhale, down dog. Same again, right side. 1 breath. Stepping nice and lightly. So we're keeping that control. Exhale back. Good. Left side. Exhale. 1 more each side. Right side. Exhale, down dog. Left side, look forwards as you step. Exhale, down dog for 3 breaths. Keep the tailbone high, keep looking back to the knees. As we bend the knees, we're going to inhale, step the right foot forward. Just 1 inhale and then exhale, down dog. Left side, inhale. Exhale, down dog. 2 more each side. Right, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Left. Exhale, down dog. Well done. 1 more each side. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Three breaths in, down dog. Well done. And then slowly walking our hands to our feet into forward fold. So bend the knees as much as you need to start with. Taking ragdoll option, so holding the forearms, take that movement slowly side to side. So the crown of the head is parallel to the floor here. Inhale, exhale. Deep breaths in and out through the nose only. Keep the belly button pulled into the spine. We're stretching through the entire back body here. So all the way from the feet to the neck. Two more breaths. Send fingertips to the mat, walking back out into down dog or child's pose for 3 breaths. So keep the tailbone really high. Well done. We're going to bend the knees, right foot steps inside of the right of both hands, pressing into that back heel. Bringing the back foot through into a halfway lift. So 3 breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Drawing belly button in. So if your hamstrings are tight, bring the hands to your shins or fingertips to the floor. Bend the knees into forward fold, 3 breaths. And then activate the core, slowly draw belly button in and rolling up into extended mountain pose, palms overhead. Let's take a few rounds of Sun Salutation A to complete our warm up. So inhale, look up to the hands, exhale, forward fold, bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, straightening the legs, taking the right foot back into lunge, long step, hands to the mat, drop the back knee, coming into modified plank. Draw belly button in, shift the weight forward, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose, 3 breaths. Keep looking back to the knees, bending the knees, right foot stepping center of hands, nice and lightly. Back foot comes through, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, let's roll up through the spine. Head comes up last, and look up, inhale. Well done, 1 breath for every move now. Inhale, look up. Exhale and fold, chest presses forwards. Inhale, half lift. Left foot, long lunge back. Option on the knees or the toes. Into plank. Shift the weight forward. Exhale just halfway if you're on your toes. Inhale through to up dog, look up. Tuck chin, exhale. Down dog for 3 breaths. Or child's pose. Exhaling out stress and tension from the body. Bend the knees, the left foot lightly lands through. Well done, back foot as well, half lift. Exhale, forward. Belly button to spine and slowly roll back up. Well done, 2 more rounds. Full inhale, look up. Full exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Right foot, long lunge back. Plank, choose your option. Shift your weight. Exhale. Inhale. Full exhale. 3 breaths down dog. Lifting the heels, bend the knees, right foot lands through. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up. Use those core muscles. Final round, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, press chest forwards. Inhale, half lift. Left foot long step. Knees or toes plank. With control, shift forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 breaths down dog. Well done, bend the knees. Left foot steps slightly through. Well done. Half lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, Rolling up through the spine. Lovely work, well done. We're going to stay standing. We're going to step our feet really wide. So both feet facing forwards to start with. We're going to set up for a lovely extended side angle. So right foot turning to the right, left foot stays facing me. Big bend into the right knee, forearm to thigh, and then arm comes up and over. Now, if you're newer to this pose or your hips are feeling a little bit tight today, less knee bend, yeah? Otherwise, more knee bend. And make sure that your hips are coming down with you as well. Spread the toes out on both feet and really extend through the fingertips. So you'll feel this lovely stretch all the way through the side of the body, through the hips. If you have more flexibility, you can bring the fingertips down to the ankle or to the floor. Now let's breathe into the hips. So now we're in our slow flow sequence. We're going to hold each pose 8 to 10 breaths. So 3 more breaths here. Eyes up if it's okay for your neck. 2 and 1. Keeping a bend in this right knee, we're going to bring the right hand up into reverse warrior. So we're now focusing on the stretch from this right hip to all the way underneath the arm. And again, less knee bend if you are new, more knee bend if you're more advanced in this pose. Let's breathe into the hips. 3 more breaths. Well done, release, straightening out that right leg. Same on the left leg. So big knee bend in the left knee. Drop the hips. Find that extension through this right side now. Again, choose your option. See what feels good for your body today. Some days our bodies feel like doing more than other days, so always listen to your body. Let's breathe into the side of the hips. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Inhale, left arm comes up and over into reverse warrior. Left side. Inhale, exhale. Lovely work. Keep breathing into the hips. Feel that lovely stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Straightening both legs. Bring both feet so they're facing forwards. Hands on the hips. Roll the shoulders back. We're going to exhale, slowly fold from the hips. Wide leg fold. So fingertips are underneath the shoulders. If you have more flexibility, come down on the hands, the forearms, or holding first 2 fingers between big and next toe. Elbows lift to the side, and the crown of the head is parallel to the floor again here. Take some lovely deep breaths. And keep pressing into the outer edge of both feet. Inhale, exhale. 3 more breaths. Making sure you're not locking out through the knees. Well done, lovely work. Coming back up onto the fingertips. Look straight ahead for 1 breath in and out. And then we're going to walk the hands underneath the legs. So turn the fingertips around, look back through the legs, tuck the chin. If your hips and hamstrings are tighter, stay on the fingertips. Otherwise, palms flat down. And make sure you keep the weight even through the front and the back of your feet. So you get that lovely release evenly through the legs. 2 more breaths. Lovely work. Well done. Fingertips come underneath the shoulders. We're going to bring our heels in and keep our toes turned out. And then slowly come up, forearms to thighs. So you can stay here if your hips are feeling tight today. Otherwise, bring the heels in. Drop the hips down into yogi squat. And then you can stay still, or you can take that little movement side to side. Using the elbows to gently press the knees out. Again, breathing into the hips. There's a lovely release of the hips and the back. Well done. 3 more breaths. Watch the chest doesn't fall forwards. Try and stay lifted up, nice and tall. Well done. 2 more breaths. Well done. We're going to come back up, so forearms to thighs, and then slowly bring the body back up. So we're rolling back up, and we're going to come and stand at the top of the mats into mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, and find down facing dog or child's pose for 3 breaths. So keeping the tailbone nice and high. Keep looking back to the knees. Well done. We're going to bend the knees. Bring the right foot through to the center of the hands. Drop the back knee down. So we're coming back into our low lunge here. So make sure that back knee has come back a long way. Advanced option, you can come up onto the toes. So we're pushing it into that back heel. Feel free to take a little movement forwards and back. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to drop the back knee down for everybody, the same option. So making sure that back knee is back a long way. I'm going to inhale and then bring the left arm up. So it's like a little reverse low lunge. So you're going to feel the really deep stretch here through this back left hip. So keep pushing the hip forwards and down, fingertips towards the mat, and then lifting up and back. Eyes to the sky. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Fingertips to the mat. Tuck the back toe under, and then slowly walk the fingertips all the way to the back and round to the other side. So now our left foot is forwards. So same again, let's check this alignment. So straight line knee to ankle. Lifting up, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Same option, popping onto the toes and then taking that movement forwards and back. Keep breathing into the hips. Back knee drops down, pressing the hips forwards and down. Inhale, right hand coming up now. Inhale, exhale. Option of hand to the hip if it's too much. Reaching fingertip to floor. Well done. So thinking about lifting up and off the bottom hip. That lovely deep release. Well done. Hand to the mat. Let's take wide knee child's pose. So show you from this way. So knees wider than the hips, tailbone connects to heels. Sit down onto the heels, reach through the fingertips. If your hips are more open, you can take the knees wider. Just taking it to the point where you feel a really deep release through the inner thighs, through the hips. So as you exhale, bringing tailbone down towards the heels. Take 3 more breaths here. And then slowly walking up onto the hands. We're going to take a feet for cow face pose. So starting with the legs straight. We're going to take the right leg over the left, so we're on the side of the foot, and then bring the other foot in as well if you have the flexibility. If not, then stay with that bottom leg straight. So then you can stay up here, or you can start to walk the fingertips forwards. We're going to stay here for a few breaths, and then we're going to add the option with the arms as well. So make sure the tailbone stays connected down to the ground if you are coming forwards. And remember to hinge from the hips, not the shoulders. Breathing into the hips. So you're going to feel this pose wherever your muscles are tight. So it could be hips, lower back, glutes, anywhere around this kind of midsection. So if you do find any tight areas, just breathe into them. Now option, you can stay here or you can come up for the full pose. So we bring the left fingertips between the shoulder blades, and then you can either stay with a little tricep stretch, or you can take the right hand, rotate the shoulder, and then you are holding on to fingertips behind if you can reach. I'll show you from this way. So you can hold on to fingertips. If you can't quite reach, just go as close as you comfortably can, or you can bring the hands back down. If you are taking the option with the clasp behind, you do then have the option to take a little lean forward from the hips. If it's too much, then just stay up or release the hands, whatever works best for you. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Well done. And then slowly release. Let's switch sides. So give the legs a little shake out if you want to. And then we're taking the other leg over. So on the side of the foot. So if your hips are tight, it's best to keep that bottom leg out nice and straight. And then same again, let's start with a few breaths with just the legs. Or if you prefer, you can go to the full pose straight away if you know it. And just check your position of your head as well. So make sure you're not rounding through the shoulders and upper back. Stay in that lovely alignment from the tailbone all the way through to the head. More breaths here. And then option to stay here or slowly walk fingertips. This time it's the left, no, it's the right fingertips behind, and then the left arm can go behind. And then again, you can stay upright, or you can start to come forwards. Just make sure when you take the hands that it doesn't make your head drop down. So you want to stay nice and lifted and then take your little fold. Or again, you can release the hands. If the shoulders are kind of making you lose your posture, then just stay with the legs. And if you do find you've got that little imbalance from one side to the other where it feels a bit tighter on one side, I recommend just holding for a couple of breaths longer on that side that's tighter, and then that will help even it out for you. So let's take 3 more breaths here. Slowly walking back up, take a little roll of the shoulders. Let's release the legs, give them a little shake out. Great work, well done. Okay, we're going to make our way down onto our back for our final pose of the day. So use those core muscles to slowly roll down. And we're coming into a lying butterfly pose. So feet are together and knees are dropping out to the side. If your hips are tight, take your feet further from your body. So I want to make sure that we are feeling this around the hip joint, not around the knees at all. And then just relax the upper body. Focus on those deep breaths into the hips. You can put your hands on the abs if you want to check that you're breathing nice and deep down into the lower abs. So as you breathe out, think about drawing the knees down towards the floor. And then your option today for our short relaxation, you can keep your feet in butterfly if you would like to stay in a hip opening pose, or you can bend the knees and keep your legs here, or you can straighten out into Shavasana. And you can close your eyes if you want to. If you prefer, you could lie on your side or sit up, whatever feels best for your body today. And then close your eyes if you want to. Let's focus our breath and attention into the hip area. This is our Sacral Chakra. And let's exhale out all remaining stress and tension from the body. So physical stress and tension exhaling out, so it could be in the form of muscle tension. And then mental stress and anxiety, again let it exhale and release it out. And replacing with feelings of calm and peace and relaxation. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And just thank yourself for taking the time for your yoga practice today. And then slowly start to wiggle fingers and toes. Bring yourself back into the room. Bring your awareness back into the body. And if you're on your back, just bend the knees and then slowly roll to one side. And then slowly make your way up into seated position. Namaste, well done. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope your hips are feeling nice and stretched out now. So please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this practice. Also, if you can like, comment, share, that'd be super appreciated. Thank you so much. Take care. See you soon.